There's no room in war for feelings. Hurt me to the core, still healing. And I know you're no good for me, so I try to forget the memories. Cause baby it hits so hard, I'm holding on to my chest. Maybe you left your mark, reminding me to forget. It doesn't matter where you are, you can keep my regret. Baby I got these scars, reminding me to forget. You left your you left your mark, reminding me to forget. You left your you left your mark. Remember, I told you to save it, it's over, and I'll be alright. So hurt me as much as you like, I need you to let go. I got things we're meant to, but I'll be alright. Yeah. Baby, it hits so hard, I'm holding on to my chest. Maybe you left your mark, reminding me to forget. It doesn't matter where you are, you can keep my regrets. Baby, I got these scars.
Reminding me to forget. It's Kygo with Miguel. Remind me to forget. Turn it up. Reminder, we've got the executive mayor of Johannesburg in studio. We'll chat to him right before 8:30. Send your voice notes now. 084 0000 947. Any problems that you have, any compliments, complaints, he's all yours.
This summer, Liberty's giving you even more reasons to plan ahead while you're setting goals, booking trips, or just making the most of the season. Don't forget to plan for what really matters, your future. Speak to a Liberty financial advisor for a free Liberty plan, and you could stand a chance to win 150,000 rands worth of school fees. It's smart planning with a big reward. Liberty in it with you. Humans welcome. T's and C's apply. Liberty Group Limited is an authorized FSP.
Liberty Group Limited, a licensed life insurer, authorized FSP, and part of the Standard Bank Group. T's and C's, risks and limitations apply.
When summer's the move, make sure you plan it to the T.
With up to 5,000 Rand in your pocket.
Thanks to Liberty.
In it with you.
Humans welcome on 947.
So we asked you, how have you been responsible with the budget leading up to the December holidays, leading up to the festive season? Natalie Anderson went to primediaplus.com and she says, I've saved all my rewards points on my store cards and the rewards on my banking app, and I've also paid extra on all my accounts, so in December I don't have to pay any debt.
Clever.
Oh, look
That's
at
very
you.
clever, Natalie.
Aren't you just the head girl of debt? Hello there, Natalie. Welcome to Anele in the club.
Hi, Nelly and the team.
How are you, Miss Responsible?
I'm feeling quite chuffed with myself.
Listen,
You should be.
I would be too, hey. I would be so smug right now because December's going to be a breeze for you.
Yeah, I don't need a January. I've had too many of them.
Oh, yeah, I know this. After a few years knowing where January is looking dark, and by that I mean you haven't even paid your electricity.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure. Listen, we need to ask you a question. True or
Okay.
false? For 2,500 rands. True or false? Liberty's living annuity. Ooh, how do you say that word?
Annuity.
Annuity, okay. Liberty's living annuity helps you plan for retirement with flexibility and control over your income. True or false?
That's true.
It's absolutely
It
true.
is true.
It's smart. It's secure planning for the years ahead. And I mean, you've been living that, Natalie. You've planned for the months ahead. You are the proper example of Liberty's living annuity. Well done. You won yourself 2,500 rand.
Second question for you,
Wonderful.
Natalie. Have you opted in for a Liberty financial advisor follow-up?
Yes, I did.
You
I
did?
ticked the box and
Okay.
I went on the website.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. So, in your already debt-free December and January, we're giving you 5,000 rands from Liberty. Well done,
done,
Natalie.
Follow Anele and the club on Instagram.
At Anele and the club.
breath, contain my heart, wear it in your chest. The sound might be a little cliche, but
It is Ladies Amar 947. This one is Love is Blind, taking us to 8:25. Ladies and gentlemen, citizen number 1 of Johannesburg is here.
The executive mayor of Johannesburg, Dada Morero.
Against Executive Mayor Dada Morero.
Joburg Mayor Dada Morero.
Ensuring that we give supply of electricity. Our residents should also help us to deal with infrastructure vandalism, especially with traffic lights.
Dada Morero.
Mr. Dada Morero, Executive Mayor of Johannesburg.
Dada Morero.
Dada Morero.
And he is in studio. He is in what they're now calling the hot seat. I don't know why they call this a hot seat. There's nothing hot about this seat. Mayor, tell them that this seat is not hot.
It's okay. We'll see with the
he says, let's wait and see.
Give
it a moment.
So they call you Mr. Second Time Lucky. I mean, have you settled into your role now as mayor, ne? Because the first time around when you were mayor, it lasted 1 month. Had you put your family photos up in the office and settled into the office and they were like, Puti,
No, I didn't have time to even be there at the office at that time. I was on the road and I only had one mayoral committee. In fact, the judgment came on the day of the first mayoral committee. So in essence, I did not even have an opportunity to spend in the office.
But I mean, you've been in this role now since last year, August, right?
Yes.
So it's a year and a bit, so I'm sure you can relax a bit. But then there's just constantly a motion of no confidence with you. Does that scare you? Do you ever, every night you go to bed thinking, hey, by tomorrow I'll have a job now?
No. It doesn't scare me. It's part of the politics. It's others, they use it for grandstanding. Others, they use it just probably want to settle a particular score. So it's just that this time around, it's regrettable because it's raised by a coalition partner. And that's where the concern is. And would allow them to present their issues at the right platform and continue their motion if they so wish to do so.
But I mean, they'd said that the reason, two of the reasons that there's this motion of no confidence that has been filed is the failure to implement decisions and interference in the administrative process. You know, what are the things you've done that make people say that you are doing that? We're not saying you're doing that, but what have you done to make them believe that you're doing that?
Well, one of the first issues they raised that the mayor had failed to provide decisive leadership and deliver agent services to the residents. Secondly, they say the mayor's there's consistent governance instability, lack of accountability, and worsening service delivery challenges, which have eroded public trust and compromised the mandate of the council. So those are the two issues as raised by the coalition partner, and they will have to then unpack those in what we call a programming committee to determine whether their motion is applicable and it's within the framework of the law. and then they'll have to debate it in council so that we understand exactly what are the issues.
So, I mean, okay, so one of the issues, and I'm going to ask you the question and then I'm going to make a statement and then ask you the question. I think because you've been in the trenches when it comes to, the mayoral office, very few people know this, but he served under Pakstau,
Right.
who's the last mayor to serve full term, right? And you were in that administration.
No.
So, were you not?
No.
What were you?
There's two issues that happened at the time when Pakistan was the...
You were the MMA.
No.
Yeah.
When he was the executive mayor, I was the secretary of the ANC.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, I was in the party,
Okay.
not in government. But I also had an opportunity before he became the mayor, where I worked in his office.
Okay, that's
as
when you
an
worked with him.
administrator.
And as
Okay.
administrator.
Yes.
So you've been in those trenches, right?
Yes, I've been in government for some time.
For some time.
Yes.
So when people say that you have an issue with someone like Dr. Floyd Brink becoming the city manager, is that a true statement?
Well, remember the process, it's a selection process, and candidates come to an interview, and you score them accordingly. You have a panel, and the panelists decide who convinces them in the interview panels, and you score them accordingly to what you believe or you're convinced that this candidate has presented well. But at the end of the day, the entire panel then consolidates the scores, and the candidate that they scored higher then forms part of the recommendations for council.
So there's no truth in the fact that you weren't a fan of his because of factions. Because where I'm going is I feel that the reason things don't happen as quickly as they should when it comes to service delivery in the city is because we're too busy playing the political game and the factions, and then we don't get around, to actually implementing the work because we're too busy trying to see who gets the position of city manager.
Well, it will be unfair to say that because I went through the process as prescribed by the law. You do the interviews, you first recruit, advertise, shortlist, vetting. Eventually, you then take the report to council, which process was been undertaken. It's little about my own personal views. It's more about what the city or the panel has presented to the residents of Johannesburg. And in this case, it has presented Mr. Floyd Brink.
Can I ask? I want to ask a question, make an observation, because I think a lot of citizens and residents in the city have this observation, because this is what it feels like to us. It's always like what we perceive versus the reality. But there's this perception, and it's for most of the municipalities in Gauteng, that politics is ruining the ability of council to govern, right? Because what we see is, and I think that's what Anele is asking, all of the politics and the infighting, is that actually stopping administrations from implementing what we need to do in a city? Is it halting you? Every time you try and take 2 steps forward, now there's another motion of something, or now there's this happens in council. Do you get that? Do you think that it actually impacts how services are delivered?
Well, remember, we said as the ANC in particular that administration must be insulated from political arrangements or coalition arrangements. So if you've got an administration, got a city manager, you've got his direct reports who are responsible to ensure that the services are delivered. Yes, in terms of political arrangements, you'll always have disagreements, you'll always have fights. But once the report has found its day in council, all of us must respect the council decisions and implement council decisions. But the administration is the one that must ensure that services or the core function of the municipality is done without being interrupted by political interference.
Okay, so now that we've got that one out of the way, on the way, we're going to take a quick break. Going to headlines. Tembile is going to give that. On the way, 011-8838-947. The mayor's here. Okay.
Yep.
And like I said, he's been here for a year and a half now, so at least there's been some sort of stability. We're going to chat about that stability and why it is so. And then we want to jump into all of your questions and your voice notes on 084 0000 947. We're streaming this live on Primedia Plus.
You can go watch the interview.
And then on the billboards in and around the city right now, you can see the mayor. If you've never known what he looks like, this is your chance to see what he looks like so that you can approach him whilst he's doing his groceries as well.
If you see him in Woolies,
you
you'll
see him
know
in
it's
Woolies,
him.
and you're like, hey, Dada.
Connect with Anele and the club.
WhatsApp 084 00 947.
You know those finfluencers, the kind of bros making bank in Bali, calling themselves forex gurus, promising you can make money while you sleep if you just buy their course. But then you end up losing sleep, waking up for different market openings, checking charts, scanning the members-only group chat for signals, and you start wondering, why do they call it day trading when you're spending all night spending your money to make money, only to realize that they make their money selling courses on how to make money. Oh. When you can't trust overnight wins, trust 30 years of market-beating returns.
Coronation. Trust is earned. Coronation is an authorized FSP.
777! That's not just a lucky number, that's your launch code. Betfred's giving you 3 times the power. Your first, second, and third deposits matched. Up to 21,000 Rand in bonus fuel for the ride. And it doesn't stop there. Take flight with Aviator or dive into Drops and Wins and play for your slice of 40 million Rand. Why settle for less when you can play with the best? Betfred, come and have a go at betfred.co.za. Betfred is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s are permitted to gamble. National Responsible Gambling Program on 0800 006 008. All games are fixed odds. Betting events. Winners know when to stop.
Live the Ranger life with a Ford Ranger XL Super Cab from just $6,299 per month when financed through Ford Credit. Plus, with our Ford Family Promise, you'll get mobile service at your home or business from participating dealers, so they come to you. Low interest rate at 6.1%, 10% deposit, 40% residual. Ford Credit, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T&Cs apply. Visit your nearest Ford dealer today.
If you're furnishing a new office or expanding and upgrading your workspace, Desk and Chair have the perfect solution for you. With locally manufactured office furniture and desking starting from just $7.99 and a stylish chair range to suit your taste and budget, we've got you covered. Our expert consultants are here to guide you through planning, delivery, and assembly. Visit our Midrand showroom or shop online at deskandchair.co.za. Desk and Chair. Think, feel, work better.
Hey, sorry for the voice note, but listen, I was there. I saw the receipt. Like, literally, that thing was long. It was giving scroll vibes and everything. Chomi, with this new Discount Better Rewards card, you get 10% off instantly. But like instantly, on over 140 brands. So look, I don't want to be like dramatic or anything, but your Discount till slip never looked better. Okay, bye.
Traffic is brought to you by OutSurance. You can SMS out to 43503 right now and you could save on your car insurance. If you don't, ask them for 500 Rand. Currently, delays in Bromfontein. That's on Smith Street. There's an accident just before the Mike 1 exit causing delays. You can use Car Street towards Newtown. And then it's also slow on the N3 North because of the roadworks between Marlborough and the Buccleuch interchange. 57-year-old Andy knows a good deal when he sees it. With OutSurance, he only pays 1,083 Rand a month for his 2024 Ford Ranger. And after a few minutes on the phone, OutSurance gave 48-year-old Felicity mind-blowing premium of just 836 Rand a month. That's for a 2020 Hyundai Tucson. Ready to get more out of your car insurance? SMS out to 43503 today. That's out to 43503. OutSurance, a licensed insurance FSP. T's and C's and information online.
Headlines this morning. The Madlanga Commission has been told that the head of the police's organised crime unit allegedly accepted an 80,000 Rand bribe from suspected criminal Vusumuzi Kat Matlala. A detective who was part of the team that arrested Matlala in May says he dropped the names of senior police officials who he'd paid bribes to following his arrest. The allegations are contained in a 4-hour-long recording. Deputy President Paul Mashatile says comments made by President Cyril Ramaphosa commending the performance of DA-led Western Cape municipalities were taken out of context. He says the president was merely stating the province's clean audits and financial performance and not referring to service delivery. Mashatile said that while responding to questions in the National Assembly. And officials from the United Nations have warned of large-scale atrocities being committed in Sudan's Kordofan region. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces advanced on the region in recent days and took control of the city of Al Fasher in the neighboring Darfur region. That's where mass killings and executions have been reported this week. Those are the headlines. More Eyewitness News at 9 or as it happens.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Say goodbye now. Back to making your morning.
Anele and the club.
I love this show. On
The
947.
Executive Mayor of Johannesburg, Dada Morero.
Executive Mayor Dada Morero.
Joburg Mayor Dada Morero.
Ensuring that we give supply of electricity. Our residents should also help us to deal with infrastructure vandalism, especially with traffic lights.
Dada Morero.
Mr. Dada Morero, Executive Mayor of Johannesburg.
Dada Morero.
Dada Morero.
We're streaming it live on primediaplus.com across the city, across the billboards. You'll see us on there with the executive mayor in studio this morning. Now, here's the thing, Mr. Mayor, is that everyone, there is no one in the city who doesn't have an issue with something in Johannesburg, be it the roads, be it potholes, be it water, be it electricity, be it crime, be it private security terrorizing us on the roads. Things have gotten better. The streets are looking cleaner, right? But a lot of people are saying things are getting better because of two things. G20 is coming, so you obviously have to clean up, the city, as well as the fact that the elections are happening next year, and you guys have received stiff competition. Helen Ziller herself has said the reason that things are looking better is because you guys can see that the DA is hot on your heels. How do you respond to that?
Well, maybe what we may want to accept is probably use the G20 as a catalyst to help us to do the work that we're supposed to do. But there's work that has been happening even before the G20 was handed over to Cyril Ramaphosa in 2024. You'd know that we made certain commitments. In November, I convened a mayoral committee. A few months after I was appointed, we set up a clear strategy. We adopted a strategy as a mayoral committee. Now we are going to intervene. And in that strategy, we adopted 3 priorities: bylaw enforcement and crime prevention, service delivery, and financial sustainability of the city. So those were the 3 main processes that we adopted. We then went through processes to ensure that we, one, stabilize the administration, make sure we've got the right people in the right places. Secondly, made sure politically we stabilize the coalition. So that is the process that we have undergone. And then in June, we then passed a budget, because all these things that needs to be done requires a budget. We made clear priorities on where the budget should go to. The bulk of our budget, therefore, went into infrastructure, roads, electricity, and water infrastructure. So that's what we have done. Now we're at a stage where it's execution. Since July, 1st of July, we've been executing. So that is the plan. And you'll see even this post the G20, you'll see these programs continue.
That's all we can hope for here, that you're not just doing this for visitors.
No, you'll see it continue because it's a clear program. Every Tuesday in the week, I do what is called high impact service delivery, go into particular regions every week. And the purpose, therefore, is to ensure that we make sure that this thing does not only end with G20, so it will continue.
Elections.
Even elections, we must continue to remember. We've got a mandate to ensure service delivery happens. We've got a budget. We are controlling your money, your purse, through your payment of rates and taxes, and we must then reinvest that money into making sure that the citizens' experience of Johannesburg, your daily experience, is improved.
Speaking of citizens, let's go straight to them in the Roodepoort. Good morning, Lisa. The mayor is all yours. What's your question for him?
Good morning, Mayor. So my question is, the city of Johannesburg's IDP rightly identifies ECD as an absolute top social and economic priority for addressing systematic inequality. However, there's a growing concern that the ECD facilities apply for rezoning, they're being rejected by local planning tribunals, often due to unquantified amenity complaints and subjective neighbor objections. How will your administration ensure that the political will and strategic mandate of the city to expand critical social infrastructure like ECD centers is not undermined by hyper-localized resistance at bureaucratic level?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd know that processes of rezoning go through development planning, but neighbors around a particular area also have to make certain contributions and objections on the basis of a particular application. But where the city sees it fit, regardless of those objections, we are able to engage further, and you can then escalate the objections to a provincial tribunal committee that relooks into those objections. But unfortunately, it's the same thing with churches or places of worships where people will then object to say, no, we don't want a church next to us because Sunday mornings is going to be a problem. And they object. Then we escalate those to the provincial tribunal at times to try and mediate between communities and the applicants. So it's a process that we normally undergo. But however, if Lisa has a specific issue, she's then more than welcome to escalate it to our office, and then we can understand what are the real issues around the application that she has made.
Yeah, because Lisa has a good question, but it's very broad.
Yeah.
And I think what the mayor is trying to say is that you take it case by case, it's easier to speak to. Is that what you're trying to say?
Do you know, I think as a normal Joburger and somebody who doesn't understand, the systems and processes, right, of how, things work within governance of a city, is that when you say, escalate it or write a letter or take it to this office, it just feels like, and it's our experience that it falls on deaf ears. It just goes where
letters go to die.
The letters go to die there.
In fact, the escalation should actually help the resolution, because now we are escalating to higher levels in government. For example, if you're unhappy with something and you feel that at the regional office they did not help you, but you have a right to walk into the mayor's office and say, I've been escalating this, I've been raising this matter with the city, and there's not been any resolution.
But there's a culture of frustration within government.
Yes, it's there.
Where it's almost like if I complain and I go to your boss, it's like, oh, we are complaining, we're going to show you. And then that document, like Frankie says, it goes somewhere to die. So how are you going to ensure that even the smallest of problems from somebody in Johannesburg, it's heard and it's not frustrated because somebody's aggrieved that I complained?
That culture Bonisa must come to an end.
Please, bro.
So if you're unhappy, our residents must know you can walk into the mayor's office, you can walk in the city manager's office and say, go to their office, they're not responding to my issue. I can give you a number of instances where customers came through and then we attended to the matter. Yes, we've got a lot in our employees, a lot of them who are not committed and who are willing to go an extra mile in the service of our customers.
Okay, James, you in Krugersdorp, the mayor's listening. James?
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
Good morning, James.
Yes.
James.
Good. Mr. Mayor, my question to you is, in the city of Krugersdorp, okay, so since last year this time, we were paying on an average for utilities about, electricity, water, refuse, all that, average of between 1,800 to 2,500 rand a month. A year later, to the date, we are paying up to 8,000 rand a month for exactly the same thing. Bear in mind, in the interim, I've changed to a gas stove, I've changed to LED lights, I've installed a geyser wires to my geyser, obviously to save myself a penny, but it's just increasing by the month. In the same interim, the city of Krugersdorp is busy building a 3-level parking at the town hall that's not needed, because hardly anybody goes to town. Are we being screwed in funding this project? Or what? How are you planning on fixing things like this?
But my comment will be quite general because it's Mkhali City, which I don't have authority over.
It's different, Mayor.
However, it's important to indicate that we have went through an increase by NERSA and ESCOM, which is about around 14.5%, which has actually brought a serious, a heavy load on a lot of customers because the electricity costs have become too high. And I think as a country, we need to relook on how do we bring down, because the municipalities will not, we don't increase tariffs that much on electricity. It becomes a pass on. So if NERSA and ESCOM says 14%, we normally just
say yes,
pass it. as it is, we hardly increase the tariff ourselves, but the cost is quite high, and all of us agree that something needs to be done. So opening up to private power producers and all sorts of things may help us into the future to manage the electricity costs.
But it is a good question around the rates, because I know that there have been lots of rezonings across the city, and people have had changes in their properties with rates and taxes. Is it, I know a lot of people have, you just go to the city and you say, look, we don't agree with what the revaluation is of the land. Is that an easy process to go through? So someone, he's speaking about Krugersdorp, but someone who in the city of Joburg, how is that process if you are disputing what your current rates are?
Yeah, remember, once we call on to the evaluation role, we then call on to customers to say between this period and this period, we're engaged in setting up property rates. We're evaluating all the properties, and therefore between this period and this one, you can come and
say,
object or accept the rates or the property value that has been attached to your property. But they're also important, whilst at times they become too high for customers, but they're also helpful to the customers into the future as and when they do sales and purchasing of properties.
Okay, so on the way, Khotso, you are in Alberton. We're going to come to you definitely. In Randburg, we're coming to you, Khubekani. And then we've got a voice note from a lifeguard who's got an employment issue, apparently 14 years, and they just never offered permanent contracts. And then also someone regarding their power. They've not had power for a month where she is. All of that on the way.
947. Get ready for Rapid Fire from Lulabet, the hottest online casino event this season. Stand a chance to win your share of millions in prizes, including cash, cars, and more. Register now at lulabet.co.za and stay tuned to our socials. That's why more phones prefer to fly with Lulabet. Lulabet, you know bets. T's and C's apply.
No person under the age of 18 years is permitted to gamble. Operator licensed by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. National Responsible Gambling Program. Toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Winners know when to stop.
You could do something first and still be doing it wrong. What hurts is sprinting but never making it to the finish line. Quit going in the wrong direction, because with Sunny Sixt, you can rent here and globally. Other car rental companies only have a vision to try harder. We actually deliver. While they leave you feeling blue, our budget and vibe match yours. For a tailored service offering premium at every stage, book premium car rental excellence with Sani Sixt.
It's Woolies November deals. W Rewards and My Difference members get 40% off selected women's, men's and kids' footwear, from sandals to sneakers and more. Not a member? All customers get 30% off. Hurry, offer ends this Sunday. Look out for more exclusive deals in-store, online and on the app. T's and C's apply. Woolworths, the difference.
Mzansi, the levels of soullessness in the world have reached catastrophic proportions. They are in need of what you have in abundance: soul food. How can you help? By becoming a Soulfluencer. Buy any Chicken Licken meal and win your share of up to 20 million rand in instant prizes. And just by posting your soulful content online using the hashtag #SoulFoodToTheWorld, you could become the ultimate Soulfluencer and win a trip to anywhere in the world. Go to Chicken Licken's socials for more. T's and C's apply. Chicken Licken. Soul food.
Shop at home in-store and you'll save up to 5,000 rands, from festive decor looks and gifts to that brand new couch that you've been eyeing. The more you spend, the more you save. You'll get 750 rand off when you spend 5,000 rands or more. You'll get 2,000 rands off when you spend 10,000 rand or more. And you'll get 5,000 rands off when you spend 20,000 rand or more. This is all exclusive to the TFG Rewards members. Offer ends 2nd of November. At home, imagine more.
I like an excuse.
We've all made up an excuse to get out of something, but with Smeg2Go, you'll need another excuse. Because when your tummy's behaving, there's no getting out of those plans.
Excuse me?
Stand a chance to win 5,000 rand with Smeg2Go on 947. Tell us the most hilarious excuse you've ever used on primemediaplus.com. And 947 Drive with Tanto could call you every day this week. Some things you can't plan for, others you can with Smeg2Go on 947. Visit Prime Media Plus for full T's and C's. No purchase necessary. Smeg2Go is for the relief of acute runny tummy from 8 years. If symptoms persist, please consult your healthcare professional. This competition is brought to you by Asino Pharma.
Traffic is brought to you by Outsurance. You can SMS out to 43503 right now and you could save on your car insurance. If you don't, ask them for 500 Rand. Biggest problem at the moment is in Braamfontein, accident on Smith Street earlier on. Delays from the M1 exit. You can use Car Street towards Newtown, and then a little bit slow this morning still on the N3 North between Marlborough and the Buccleuch interchange. Here's your clever late excuse number 94. You dropped your phone behind the fridge and you had to rescue it. Fortunately, with the Outsurance pointsman on the roads, you no longer have to come up with these creative excuses for being late. The Outsurance pointsman, easing traffic congestion, getting you there quickly and safely since 2005. Outsurance really means it when they say you always get something out. It's in proud partnership with 947. You can show them some love online using the hashtag pointsmanlove. Outsurance is a licensed insurer and FSP.
I'll make you feel good. They can't help but make you feel good. Anele and the club
On 947.
We still got the executive mayor in the studio, Mr. Dada Morero. In March, you did an interview where a conversation around roads came up and then you touched on the bridges.
The only worry that we have is it's really about our bridges. And it's something that we're engaging the provincial government and national government. We do not have the necessary resources. Of the total of about 1,400 bridges, almost 900 of them are not in a good state. It's a priority. I mean, a bridge can collapse. So it's important that we invest in that space.
Now, the reason I asked this question is I want to see what turnaround time we're looking at in the city from when we identify a problem to it then the process when we start fixing it. This conversation happened in March. Where are we now with these bridges that are clearly a safety issue?
We have prioritized a few of them based on the budget that we have, and I think we are constructing and fixing those, and also in the same time also constructing new bridges. I may not have the actual figure now of how many we're doing, but yes, we have allocated budget.
So there's already work is starting.
Budget that has started to fix those bridges. We can give further updates on how far we and how many are being done.
Okay.
Whilst we're struggling, of course, financially and otherwise, we have to respond to these bridges. A lot of them, about 900, are not in good health. It requires us to intervene immediately.
Okay. Khotso, we're coming to you. You're in Alberton. We have literally 4 minutes left, so please make it quick, Khotso.
Morning, Mr. Mayor. So I've heard everything about the service delivery that you've been speaking about. So how does an ordinary citizen like myself add value to the city by getting tenders that assist with fixing robots and street lights?
Khotso, are you asking how do you apply for tenders?
Yes.
You want to fix them, and you have a company that fixes them.
Now, how does an ordinary person be able to get tenders? Because now our robots are off, our street lights are not working, so the people who are responsible of doing such aren't doing so.
Well, in terms of business opportunities and tendering in the city, it's normally advertised through the 4 biggest newspapers, on our website of JRA, and then you respond. But in instances where courts would like to challenge the city directly, is allowed to come through. So I'm not satisfied with the following, and I think I can bring a better solution and present a solution. We relook, but of course the FMMA would require that we must allow for competition. So if there's a particular business opportunity, you must go out and tender. But if you've got a specific intervention that might not be out there, or a particular technology that you're the only person who has, you're allowed to come through and present it. So Khotso may come through without fear of contradiction, and will create a platform, or accompany the seniors of JRA and present. Yes, we've had instances where a lot of our traffic lights have been damaged, but now that we have changed the technology from the main copper to a smaller copper, we are beginning to see changes with vandals no longer interested, because the copper that you find now is not worth it for the scrap market. So it's beginning to kill that space. And the partnership we have done with private sector is also helping to maintain our traffic signals.
Kubekani, you in Randburg. The mayor's all yours.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. I want to ask about Randburg. Kwenzakalani eRandburg kungcolile ama street light awasebenzi la eRandburg. Cishe ngihlala la eRandburg mina for over 5 years ngihlala la eRandburg la eRandburg Square abantu badayisa yonke indawo kambeki ku-paving. Ufuna ukwazi kumeya ukuthi ungakuqinisekisa yini ukuthi nizokulungisa yini lizosilungisa kanjani lesi simo esibhekene naso la eRandburg, Mr. Mayor?
Ngiyabonga. Siyeze eRandburg. You know that we started in the inner city to enforce the bylaws. We needed to ensure that this project starts where everybody is putting attention to, so that we show that we are now starting with this project. We are coming to Randburg City, Roodepoort City, all the small cities to ensure that bylaw enforcements are done. We are fixing our bylaw enforcement units internally because they've not been functional or they were not optimally used in the past. Now, with what I'm doing now is to ensure that we fix even the units internally. So we will respond to your road Randburg, especially even on traffic lights. But beyond that is attending to the CBD itself. There's lawlessness in Randburg, and we will go in there and sort out the issues that needs to be sorted. And remember, Anele, part of the work we have to do is to ensure that the bylaws are properly strengthened, so that when we go and enforce, no one should take us to court and say you have broken the law because there's no bylaw, for example. I'm meeting with the team since Monday. We are fixing a bylaw on animals. I mean, if you go to Soweto, kuneimbuzi,
yonke into inkomo ikhona, igusha ikhona,
you
yonke
are
into.
enjoying your lunch in Vilakazi Street, suddenly, wow, unaimbuzi la. So we are sorting to strengthen up the bylaw so that when we enforce, we should not find ourselves being taken to court. So those type of things. We have done it in one park in Fortsburg. Community has been complaining. It's called the Homestead Park. We removed all those animals. We removed the makeshift type of shacks or homes there. We removed them because parks are not meant to be invaded. Are meant for children to go and play and lovers to go and walk and rekindle.
Not lovers.
Lovers to walk and rekindle.
Okay, we're out of time. Lovers to keep things spicy there in the bedroom. We're out of time, but this voice note is very important. So I'm going to ask you to keep it very brief, Mayor, in your answer to them. Just
Good morning, team. My name is Anele and I reside in Cosmo City. We are currently experiencing an electricity issue. We have not had power since the 5th of October. We as an area have been contacting Eskom with regards to this issue, and they have given us multiple reference numbers. They did send out a technician on the 10th of October to try and fix the issue, but the technician was unable to do so as it led to the transformer exploding while the technician was here. So we are currently asking for any assistance with a way forward with regards to our electricity issue. Kindly assist. Thank you so much.
These matters have been raised. I know that in Eskom supplied areas, our councillors have been frustrated. And the best we could do is our City Power, which is our electricity power business, then engages with Eskom to try and find solutions. So they do work with Eskom, but yes, it's true. There's a number of problems in the electricity area, especially with Eskom supplied areas. And this also includes issues around illegal connection. It also includes, whilst there's a problem, because the transformers, they will explode as a result of illegal connection, etc., because it gets overloaded. And Cosmos City is one of the areas where we're experiencing challenges, but it's no excuse that law-abiding citizens should suffer.
When can they look forward to electricity?
Well, I can't give a specific date, but living here, I'll speak to the CEO of City Power so that they can engage Eskom. I was dealing with the same situation in Meadowlands. They still don't have electricity, even beyond what Eskom had asked them to do, which is payment of that transformer, but the transformer still has not been installed. So it's something that we need to escalate to Eskom, the CEO of Eskom, so that we can get resolution. But I will take the Cosmos City issue also and escalate to the CEO. It's an important part because now you're taking it to the boss,
to
the top, which is the CEO, who must now act and ensure that electricity is restored in Cosmos City. But at the same time, call on our residents to ensure that We fight against illegality, illegal connection, bypassing of meters, because then they contribute towards the meters, the transformers exploding.
Thank you so much for your time. We're sadly out of time. We have to go into news. Before we do that, and in our thank you, we have one question. Next year, we're going into elections. You are currently the mayor. It's always contested. It's hotly contested. I mean, as you can see, all of political parties throwing their hats, their names in a hat here. Everybody wants the position. Do you want the position?
I'll respond in this fashion, Anele. If the ANC deploys me, I'll take the position.
Do you know if they are thinking of deploying you or if they're looking at other names? I've heard some business names being thrown around as well.
I don't know. Normally, we submit 3 names that goes to the national officials. Then interviews are conducted and they make a decision.
And knowing what you know, because you've been in that seat for a year now, and the vast scale of issues we have in the city, is it something we can fix? Is it something you can fix?
I'm a Joburger. I have a responsibility to this city. I have no city. If given the task, I'll continue to fix the city of Joburg.
As it stands, I think you're doing a good job. If you please just carry on like this being present on the ground.
Push.
Just keep on pushing because, it's rough living in Joburg. We won't lie to you. We love it as well. We love it. We don't want to go anywhere else, but it is really rough living in this city.
Sizayilungisa.
Thank you.
Anele and the club on 947. Monday to Friday. Listen every morning. 6 to 9 a.m.
You're not ordinary, right? So why not bet with the extraordinary? Bet on Lotto Star. Lotto Star offers world-renowned lotteries, quick games, real rush slot games, scratch card games, and live games. You could win payouts of up to 75